I'm just starting to play, and I want to say something pretty important that I don't usually do, and that's sort of like with these exercises. Okay, so I'm trying to gain a little bit more speed, a little bit more accuracy for some of like the sort of like Spanish style guitar recordings that I'm doing, and I always tell you guys to break it down to the smallest little bit, right? Barely picking here, not pulling up too much here, not over squeezing, as our bass line, right? And then we can kind of get into, if you're, if you want to put that much, muscle and energy into it, it'll work. But you've always got this bass line of like, I call it like nothing, right? 'Cause it's just like, right, that like nothing feeling of picking. So I need to continually find that now in the style that I'm playing. I don't start that way from absolutely nothing. Sometimes I'll jump in and try to speed through it, or I don't know, just try to like muscle through it. But I need, so my warm-up is generally super tiny and slow. You can even hear, now that I'm just starting, my downs aren't that good, my third finger. And I'll do it from the first fret all the way up to the 12th fret and then back again, right? And then from there, I'll do the other exercises where I kind of do like the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then leave those down. Same idea, I'm going super light, right? Which is really tough to do on that exercise. You kind of want to over squeeze to not lift your fingers up. That's a great one just to kind of train your fingers to stay down. This hand still going really light. I try to picture that like this part of my arm is hollow, so I'm not using any of those muscles. That helps me set up for the day, or at least playing, that little foundation, that little nothing foundation that I can sort of always get back to if I need to find it. The problem is if we're not starting there, or this isn't trained, we're always starting up here, we're gonna start getting tired. The higher you are into like a lot of musculature, a lot of movement, a lot of squeeze, a lot of this, and a lot of tightness here, the higher we are in that scale, the more we're gonna tense, the sooner we're gonna tense, right? And if you can skate that nothing, this is just, now this isn't always that applicable, right? But it's a great place to start, and sometimes I'll start a run like that. I'll be able to kind of pick up the speed from there, move it up into something that's a little bit louder, and then be able to bring it down. So not my usual video, to tell you the truth, but I wanted to say that just because I can tell if I don't start there, the rest of my playing is not that great. Now, if you don't have that, you can't get there. The other thing too is once it's trained, if I start tightening up, if I'm doing a recording and I'm definitely I'm tightening up a little bit, you could always relax and get back to it, you know what I mean? So if you are going into your warm-ups a little heavy, right, you can just kind of scale it back a little bit and just go like super light, as light as you can. Now for some of you that are over squeezing too, I have been doing this exercise with a student that has that same issue, is I haven't really tried, going slow, but really try to get like, right, that's 100%. Of a press. You get the note down. You could squeeze harder and make it more than a 100% press, right? But on a scale from 0, which is not even your finger down, 50 is like it's down but not making a sound. 100 is pure sound, and then over squeezing is like 150 up, up to 200 or whatever. I haven't tried to find this sort of 75 where you get that little bit of a buzz because you're not pressing down hard enough, okay? And that, trying to control that is great, believe it or not, for then being able to level out to a pure, just 100, just press down enough to make the sound. So some ideas that I was going over while I'm drinking my coffee. Have a good day, guys.